Two Android tablets, one ultimate showdown. But the real question is, which one is the best budget Android tablet? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna find out today. To make this battle even more exciting, I'll be rating both the tablets across different categories: design, display, performance, gaming, note-taking, and more. So by the end of this video, you will have a clear winner based on what matters to you the most. My name is Prithviraj and I create videos on productivity, tech, and life. Let's kick things off with the design of the two tablets. Both of these tablets feature a metal unibody design, making them feel premium and sturdy in hand. The Xiaomi Pad 7 takes inspiration from the iPad, with the flat edges and the camera cutout that looks very similar to that of the iPad Pro. It also comes in various color variants like graphite grey, blue, green, but I personally prefer the graphite grey variant as it has that classic feel to it. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus, on the other hand, follows Samsung's minimalist approach with rounded corners and a clean, smooth back. Xiaomi could have easily given us a fingerprint scanner on the power button, but they decided not to do so, unfortunately. Whereas we do have a fingerprint scanner on the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus. Also, the Xiaomi Pad 7 features an IR blaster in the camera cutout. But overall, for the design department, I would like to give a point to both of the tablets. Moving on to one of the most important aspects of any tablet, and that is their display. The Xiaomi Pad 7 features an 11.2-inch IPS LCD display with a resolution of 3200 x 2136 pixels, which is basically a 3.2K display. With a peak brightness of 800 nits, it will remain visible under direct sunlight. The display also comes in at a refresh rate of 144Hz, ensuring smooth visual and thus making it ideal for gaming because of the faster refresh rate. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus features a large 12.4-inch LCD display with a resolution of 1600 by 2560 pixels. It also features a display refresh rate of 90Hz along with a peak brightness of 720 nits in the high brightness mode. While it's smooth, it doesn't match the fluidity of the Xiaomi's 144Hz panel. However, Samsung's panel is better calibrated for color accuracy, making it ideal for content creators who need true to life colors. Would be beneficial for editing photos as the vibrance is more in the Xiaomi Pad 7, which isn't natural. So if you prioritize fluidity and a higher resolution and also a great vibrant display, then go for the Xiaomi Pad 7. But for color accuracy, Samsung takes the lead over here. But overall, you'll have a great display experience on both the devices. This one is really close, but I'm giving the point to Xiaomi for the superior refresh rate and the sharper display. Also, you won't have a good binge watching experience without great audio, right? So let's talk about that. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus has stereo speakers, whereas the Xiaomi Pad 7 features a quad speaker setup, but there sure is a difference in the audio quality. The Xiaomi Pad 7 gets loud, and it's also the louder among the two tablets, of course, but the sound kind of lacks depth in the low mid frequencies. It's clear in the highs and the top mid, so the dialogues will be clear, but listening to music feels a bit flat over here. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus, on the other hand, delivers a much fuller and a richer sound experience with better bass and balance. The mid frequencies really sound muffled and muddy in the Xiaomi Pad 7, but that's not the case for the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus. So for a better audio experience, Samsung wins this round. And also, we are so close to hitting 100k subs on this channel. I'd really appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button. Would definitely help me out a lot. Now let us get into the business end of the two tablets. Let's talk about their performance. The Xiaomi Pad 7 is powered by the Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 chipset, paired with 8 gigs or 12 gigs of RAM. We get two storage variants, 128 gigs as well as 256 gigs. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus runs on the Samsung Exynos 1380 chipset, paired with 6, 8 as well as 12 gigs of RAM. We again have two storage variants with 128 gigs as well as 256 gigs. Additionally, Xiaomi offers UFS 4.0 storage in the 256 gigs variant, which basically means we'll be getting a faster data transfer speeds, whereas the S9 FE Plus has the UFS 3.1, which is slower in comparison. And also, one more thing, you can connect your Xiaomi Pad 7 to an external monitor using the Type-C port to an HDMI adapter, whereas you cannot do that on the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus. This is a major bummer for Samsung. Hence, for the storage segment, I'll be giving a point to the Xiaomi Pad 7, specifically because of the faster storage and also because you can connect it to an external monitor. But speaking of the raw performance, here are the benchmark scores of both the devices on Geekbench 6. As you can see, Samsung's Exynos chipset falls behind the Xiaomi Snapdragon chipset. Speaking of video editing, the Xiaomi Pad 7 handles basic 1080p video edits smoothly, especially in apps like Premiere Rush or VN Video Editor. However, when dealing with 4K footage, you are gonna notice longer render times and also certain amount of frame drops during the timeline scrubbing, that is. The Exynos chipset struggles with 4K footage as well, but Samsung kind of has a better RAM management. This helps to maintain a smoother playback. Overall, if you had to edit videos on your tablet, then Xiaomi would be a better choice among these two. So in terms of raw performance, Xiaomi gets a point in this round hands down. Speaking of the software, now this is a big one. The Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus runs on Samsung's One UI 6, which is a skinned version of Android 14. The Xiaomi Pad 7 runs on HyperOS 2, which is based on the Android 15. This one is clearly inspired by the software of the iPad OS. Also, the Tab S9 FE Plus is expected to get Android 15 software update real soon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Both the tablets really excel in multitasking asking, Xiaomi have added this feature called Workstation. This basically mimics the stage manager of the iPad. We get a somewhat desktop-like interface where you can open apps, organize and work on them using all these floating windows. Can be useful if you can integrate it with your workflow. Similarly, we have Samsung Desk on the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus, which will give you a full desktop workflow. But since we can't really connect it to an external display, it kind of breaks the point. But the software experience wise, I personally prefer the One UI of Samsung, but the HyperOS by Xiaomi is excellent as well. So for the software aspect, I'd like to give a point each to both the devices. Let's get into the fun stuff and let's talk about gaming. Starting with the Xiaomi Pad 7, the Snapdragon chipset is the better choice among the two. I tested out games like Call of Duty Mobile, BGMI, Asphalt Airborne and a few more. You can expect smooth gameplay in high settings, but if you push it to the max settings, you're gonna see occasional frame drops, especially in longer sessions. On the other hand, the Tab S9 FE Plus doesn't really bring a huge leap in gaming performance. It runs most of the games at medium to high settings, but it will struggle with demanding titles. But gaming performance wise, I will be giving a point to Xiaomi. I was getting an average of 60 to 90 FPS in high settings. The Xiaomi Pad 7 comes with a 13 megapixel rear camera and an 8 megapixel selfie camera, whereas the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus on the other hand features a dual camera setup on the back with an 8 megapixel wide as well as an ultra wide camera and also a 12 megapixel front camera. So this is like the front camera test of both the devices. This one is the Xiaomi Pad 7 and this one is the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus. So as you can see, the quality of the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus is far better, and also the Xiaomi Pad is making this weird lightning changes whenever I'm like moving around. But other than that, the quality is good enough for attending meetings and video calls. For this round, I'll have to give the point to the Samsung Tab because it's simply much more better, as you can see. The Xiaomi Pad 7 packs an 8850 mAh battery, whereas the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus has an impressive 10,090 mAh battery. In my testing, both of them comfortably lasted through a full day of mixed usage, but I was able to get more screen on time on the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus thanks to its larger battery. So 1 point to Samsung in this aspect. But here's the thing, we don't get a charger out of the box on the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus, whereas we get a charger in the Xiaomi Pad 7. But I can forgive Samsung for this one. They give us the S Pen instead. And as you all know, the Stylus of course costs more than the charger. And speaking of the S Pen, let us compare the writing and the note-taking experience on both the tablets. Well, if you're into note-taking or digital art, the S Pen experience is miles ahead of the Xiaomi's Focus Pen. First things first, you will have to buy the Xiaomi Focus Pen separately and it costs quite a lot. Here's a screenshot of its current pricing. Samsung's S Pen on the other hand is included right inside the box. So if you're on a budget, then make sure of this one because it can easily add up. Let's talk about the Xiaomi Focus Pen first. It's super responsive and offers us a somewhat natural writing experience with very low latency. The handwriting feels fluid. Also, I didn't really face any issues in the palm rejection aspect as well. If you pair it up with note-taking apps like Penly, Notewise or Nebo, you're gonna have a great experience on this device. And also it attaches and charges magnetically, so that's gonna be super useful. Now let's talk about the S Pen. It again attaches magnetically. We have this section on the back side to connect your S Pen, and the thing about S Pen is that it doesn't need to be charged, so that's one headache out of your way. The S Pen feels much more responsive in comparison. The writing experience is again super smooth with near zero latency and offers great palm rejection. For note takers, the default app, which is Samsung Notes, is a great choice as well. It is very versatile and it's also one of the best note-taking apps on Android. And the best of all, it's a completely free app. So for note-taking and drawing aspect, Samsung definitely takes the win over here. The writing experience using the S Pen is simply much better. Now let's talk about the pricing. Here's a screenshot of the current pricing of the Xiaomi Pad 7 on Amazon, and here's a screenshot of the current pricing of the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus. If you want to buy the Xiaomi Focus Pen as well, then both of them will have a very similar pricing. Also, one more thing, please keep an eye on the sales, as during the sales on Amazon, the price of the Tab S9 FE Plus drops below 30,000. In that way, the Samsung Tab with the S Pen becomes a lot cheaper than that of the Xiaomi Pad 7. So, what's the verdict? Which one should you buy? This is the final scoreboard. Hopefully, this will help you make a decision based on your priorities. But if you ask me, here's what I think. The Xiaomi Pad 7 is a better option if you're buying a tablet mostly for entertainment stuff. The better processor means the gaming experience would be better, and also the faster refresh rate of the display makes it feel super smooth. But if you're a student and you're looking for a note-taking tablet, then the Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus is a much better choice. You will get the S Pen right out of the box, and also the writing experience is much better. So do let me know in the comments which side you're on. But if you're looking for some other options, the iPad 10 Gen can be a solid choice as well. Click here on this video, and over there we have compared the Xiaomi Pad 7 with the iPad 10 Gen.